Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Ukrainian Gaming Week Insider podcast. My name is Lavrenty Gubin, and today we talk to Zaza Baramidze, a consultant on gambling compliance at Random Systems, a company that was selected by the Georgian government to establish a central monitoring system. Hello, Zaza.
Hello, it's nice to be here. Thanks.
Zaza, so the first question to you, what are the main principles of the central monitoring system?
Obviously, the focus is on the financials, of course, primarily, but we also sort of report and monitor some other aspects of it as well, like incidents, for instance, certain anomalies, certain new developments, etc., etc. It's a pretty complex and exhaustive sort of a tool in the hands of a government just to have everything under control and well regulated.
While implementing this system in Georgia, what kind of difficulties do you see? What are the main problems arise during the process?
The first problem is COVID pandemic. I mean, this has been planned for 3 years now. And when it actually came to execution, the COVID pandemic hit, and obviously, changed everything, the whole approach and everything. Even today, the contract with Random Systems was executed in August 2020. We're still in the force majeure sort of mode because of COVID. Even today, about 20% of land locations is open. So obviously, there are a lot of difficulties on this. Well, we should also consider the business side of things. Yes, from the perspective of pandemic. I mean, people, especially the land casinos and slot clubs, have been closed for over a year now. And now to come at them with new regulations and with new expenses, new resources that they have to spend in order to integrate to the system, this is primarily what we're facing now. We should also another thing was that basically gambling in Georgia is legal for more than 15 years now. This is the first time when the regulations are actually in place, like proper European style regulations. It's very hard to adjust for the business because they've been doing this for 15 years now. In one way, now we're asking them to do things in a very different way. Obviously, they're trying to adjust, of course, but there are still problems. Some in development from technical side, some in legal matters. There something like this, financials as well. So, but I should say that at this point in time, the business sector sees a lot of benefits for them as well, not only the government but for the business as well. So our relationship is improving basically on a daily basis. So we're pretty confident and that we're going to overcome all these difficulties.
So, what are the benefits for the operator?
There are various benefits to them, but I would like to underline two main points. Yeah. First one is that since there were no proper regulations in place up till now, the government, as you know, has always been distrustful towards the business. So what they would do primarily is that they would leave the business alone for like 3 years, 4 years, etc., and then they would go in for the audit. The tax authorities, they would find a lot of irregularities. They would write an astronomical fine, and then it was a huge headache both for the government and for the business as well. Now this cannot happen anymore since we are going to be reporting. We are an impartial third party. We're going to be reporting everything, so there is no need to go in anywhere unless someone's violating the law or hiding things. This is the first benefit. This is from now business starts to feel safe from this perspective. Another thing is different publications in Georgia, which are mainly associated with different NGOs, are reporting astronomical numbers as an income of gambling. They are reporting something like 18 billion, 20 billion a year, something like, which is not true. It's not true. But no one, the business is obviously trying to resist, but since it's not very popular, as you know, it's not popular anywhere, no one believes the business sector and everybody believes the NGOs. They have the huge PR problem from this side as well. Actually, one of the first things that the Gaming Association of Georgia asked us to do is to publicize the numbers, their actual real numbers that we get. They really want to, handle this.
In Ukraine, they kind of have a certification problem. And you're also planning to deal with certification of the equipment and the software.
Yes.
Now, how this process is going to be established?
Actually, the process of certification is a pretty burdensome process, and it requires a lot of resources. The solution that the government of Georgia has found is that basically we don't want to reinvent the wheel, right? So there are a lot of labs in the world, and there are multiple highly reputable labs. What we do is basically, if somebody has a, let's say, GLI or BMM or Quinel certificate, we accept those. We recognize those certificates, and we are not sort of worried with the further certification process.
Thank you for your time and also for your experience that you shared with us. I wish you all the success with your actions and your system in Georgia.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here, and it's nice to talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.